When you start creating your projects in CorelDRAW and you're duplicating multiple objects throughout that project, file size could become a concern. And if that's the case for you, what we're going to cover in this lesson will really help. First of all, we're going to use this file called greenonionmenu1.cdr. If you've got the exercise files, it's in the Lesson 4 folder if you'd like to follow along. Let's say down at the bottom here where I have a menu legend showing me that healthy choices will have a tomato next to them and spicy selections of pepper. If I'm going to duplicate those objects throughout this document, you could see how if I had multiple duplications, the original file size of the object will be repeated throughout my document, increasing the overall file size. So if I want to keep it down, my alternative is to create a symbol out of that object. That way, one symbol is stored with the document, and then many instances of that symbol may be visible throughout my document. So let's just zoom down into that area. F2 on your keyboard accesses the zoom tool. I'm going to click and drag down here at the bottom. And there's my tomato for healthy choices and my pepper for spicy selections. I want to start putting those up here next to some of my items. So the first step is to create the symbol itself. I'm going to click on the tomato over here, which is actually a group of 11 objects. So you can see the file size just for the tomato itself could be quite large. When I start duplicating it throughout my document, well, it increases my file size. So I'm going to create a symbol by going up to the Edit menu, down to Symbol, and over to New Symbol. As soon as I click on New Symbol, I get to give it a name. I'm going to call this one Healthy Choice. I'm going to make it all one word and click OK. See what happens to the handles. They turn from black to blue, and that's just to remind me I'm now working with a symbol as opposed to the actual original object. Let's do the same for our pepper. And when we go up to the Edit menu and down to Symbol, you'll notice the only two choices here are to create a new symbol from this or access the Symbol Manager. Control F3 on your keyboard. We're going to be going there momentarily to show you how to stay organized with multiple symbols. So I'm going to click New Symbol, and this one's going to be, and click OK. So I've now created two symbols. And when I start duplicating these, I'm not duplicating the original object. I'm just creating a new instance of the symbol, a new image per se. So if I want to put this tomato up next to some of my other items in the menu here, all I have to do is duplicate the symbol, and I won't be taking up any extra file size. So I'm going to press Shift F4 to zoom out, and then I'm going to press F4 actually so I can see a little bit more of my page. My symbol is selected, my tomato down below. I'm going to do a Control D just like I did for duplicating an object. Control D creates a duplicate of the symbol. I'm going to take that tomato and I'm going to put it up here next to my garden salad. And when I let go, I've got a new instance of that symbol. All right, this symbol is selected, so I'm going to do a Control D. You can see how it automatically steps up to this location. I'm going to bring that down next to my Cobb salad. And another Control D to get a duplicate. I'm going to bring this one up next to my veggie stir fry here. There we go. Let's go down to our other symbol, the spicy selection. We'll duplicate that, Control D. The duplicate is selected. I'm going to bring that up next to my taquitos. Control D will duplicate that and probably send it way up here where I can't see it just because of where I duplicated my first one. There we go. I'm going to drag that one down here next to my nachos. They're a little bit spicy as well. Scroll back down so I can see the whole page. Any others? Well, let's say that's good enough for now. I'm going to deselect just by clicking off the page, and you can see I got my symbols now repeated throughout this page. So to work with those symbols, and the beauty behind working with symbols is that if you make a change to one of the symbols, well, it's the master, and all the other symbols that have been duplicated throughout your project will also change. So maybe the pepper needs to have a different fill. Well, in that case, I need my Symbol Manager. So we go up to Edit and down to Symbol. This time, across and down to Symbol Manager. Control F3 on your keyboard will do the same thing. Opens up your Symbol Manager Docker over here on the right-hand side. And look at that. We've got two symbols showing up here in our green onion menu. And you can see the first one is selected, my Healthy Choice. That's the name of the symbol. It is a symbol. Look at this. There are 4 instances, it tells me right here, in this project of my symbol called Healthy Choice. If I look around, 1, 2, 3, and 4. How about my spicy symbol? If I click on it, there are 3 instances, and as I look at my menu, that's absolutely right. So what happens if I want to make a change to this pepper? Maybe change the fill a little bit. Well, then I would want to edit it. A couple of ways to edit it. I could double click on the pen over here, just left of the actual thumbnail of my symbol, or come down to the bottom. There are some buttons down below. I could insert this symbol again if I wanted to right from my symbol manager, or I could go to this next button to edit it. When I'm done with it, I can also delete the symbol. Deleting the symbol, though, is a little bit dangerous because it's not just deleted from the symbol manager, it's deleted from your document as well. So I'm going to go to the middle button, click on Edit Symbol. You can see that's really tiny there in the middle of my page, so I'm going to zoom into it. You can press F2 or click your zoom tool and zoom into the pepper. I'm going to go to my pick tool. It's almost like we're working on a new document here. I'm going to click on the pepper. I'm going to ungroup it. There we go. Now I can click right on the red part of the pepper and change the fill. So I'm going to go down to my fill tool. I'm going to change it to a fountain fill. I'm going to keep those same colors right there, but change it from linear to radial. We're going to talk about fills later on. I'm going to move this center offset and click OK. You can see the different effect now I get. So when I'm done editing, I have a couple of options. First of all, I'm going to click and drag around the outside to marquee select and regroup it. When I'm finished editing, I can come down here and click Finish Editing Object, or right-click and choose it from the pop-up menu. All right, this takes me back. Shift F4 allows me to see the entire page. Look at my symbol over here. It's changed. And look at it in my menu. It's changed everywhere where it was already duplicated. I'm going to zoom into this area under Appetizers to show you that that change has updated throughout my project. A nice little time saver. Shift F4 zooms me back out. When you're done with the symbol manager, you can close it up. Remember, deleting symbols, a little bit dangerous. It will remove the symbols from your document as well, including the original object. So another option might be to revert one of the symbols back to the original object by clicking on it. Use your pick tool. Click on one of the symbols. Now when you go up to the edit menu and down to symbol, you've got some other options that appear on this pop-up menu, like edit symbol right from here, or revert to objects. So I'm going to click on revert to objects, see how the handles turn black. I'm going to do the same for down here. And I'm going to go up to edit, down to symbol, and revert to objects. Now we've got objects showing up throughout our document. So symbols will save you a lot of space, also a lot of time when it comes to editing those objects. So it's really up to you if you need to conserve file space. A great option is to convert them to symbols. And of course, if you're going to be making changes to all those duplications, having a symbol and editing one symbol and seeing those changes throughout your project can really save you a lot of time and a lot of effort.